show for y'all this evening. I'm excited about it. I'm gonna power through this thing. Boy, got something going on with the internals, but we gonna get through. We gonna push through. It's probably gonna be a hard stop at 10. But I think we got Drew True popping on in this thing. What up, kiddo? She's spinning. There you go.
Hey y'all.
Okay, there we go. Sure, you had me a little nervous there.
No, it just was like it came in real raggedy. IG's been tripping all day.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. We are here. We are up in this thing today.
Hey y'all, what's going on? How's everybody doing? I tried to get on a little StreamYard, but it wouldn't let me do anything.
Yeah, I didn't send it today because I ain't wanted to have that double volume again like it did last time.
I have headphones today.
You know what? You still might be able to do it. I don't know. We'll do it next week. But I can hear you good though, and they can hear you as well.
So, good, that's good. Hey everybody.
Yo, so listen, on today's show, of course, since last week, we also gonna talk about Meg The Stallion and her wolf. We can talk about roaches, cooking, and then we also gonna get into stuff you don't like that to pay for.
Lord.
Yeah, how was your week last week?
My weekend was the bomb. I actually took this weekend. I went down to New Orleans, and I had a great time. Spent it with my soror, and got to meet a new soror, which was pretty dope. Got to go to some great little eventful places, and meet some of her friends. It was pretty cool. No complaints here. I had a great time. When I came back, it was pretty interesting though. I got my ass caught up.
You be out in the streets, girl.
I was in the streets, but safely in the streets. So yeah, nah. You know me, I'm still and hold on now. But definitely had a great time. It was well needed. It was just funny because this pool party we went to, she did not alert me that it would be topless.
Oh.
And I'm just in there having a good old time, and I'm on IG, and all of a sudden this girl walks past my camera with no top on. I was like, yo, what the heck? But it didn't even dawn on me because I have boobs that like I don't view other women's boobs like that. So I don't know, like I had like straight blinders on or something until she walked past my IG, and I was like, yo, I'm about to get my IG taken down. Hold up real quick, fam.
How did that make it past the memo? How did make it past the memo? Like, hey, this is where we going.
I don't even know. I was just like, what the heck? She was like, you didn't see the girl? Nah. I mean, you gotta want them. But it didn't even dawn on me that nobody had on clothes. So I was like, oh, okay. My crazy tail self. So, but it was a lit situation. There was a lot of soca that was played. A lot of West Indian music was played, period. And meanwhile, everybody's like, where are you at? Because clearly you have a better DJ than we have right now at Igloo. And I was like, yikes. I got really bad reviews that I heard about from and they said that typically the DJs they're great. Every time I've gone, they've been great DJs, but apparently they've Americanized it so bad that it was like a set of probably like 20 to 30 minutes, somebody said, and everything else was just trap music. They're like, that's not what Igloo is. Like, why did we do this?
That's how you get down.
It's like everybody hitting the TikTok videos, dances, and everything. My homeboy was like, man, this was trash. I was like, dang, not trash. He's like, I was really slick on my money back. And I would feel some type of way, too, because it's like Igloo, I remember when it first started, they literally didn't have, like, the whole you got to pay for a cooler thing. It was just like, bring your vibes. Now it's just like, they taxing for everything. They don't care what it is.
Wow. See, I don't go out, so I miss stuff like that. don't get
I'm
it.
sorry.
I don't have those moments. Like I feel like I'm always working or dealing with these kids, and so I don't.
I understand.
But that keeps me out of trouble because
Very much so.
I see stuff, and that's part of my problem. Like I see stuff. And you know what? I was working this past weekend. We went to go view this property, and that we went to this place, and the lady was still there. Like the lady that was living there was still there. I hadn't told this already, have I?
No.
Okay. So we were like my investment group, we were gonna go and check out this property. But like I said, it had a tenant, so we were just gonna take it over. One of the things that we always have to I have to remind my clients is that hey, we're going into a place, somebody lives here, somebody lives here or somebody owns it, but they may have cameras. So we cannot, as a group, and when I say we, you as a representative of me, cannot necessarily comment on stuff that you don't like. Of course, we had the kids with us, and those were the main ones that we were worried about. We go into the place and all you smell is mothballs. Like mothballs hit you at the door.
Oh God.
I was expecting the girl to be like, "Oh, it stank!" Like, "Oh, it stank!" Right? That's how she talked. But it wasn't the kids. It was my wife.
It was the adult.
It was my wife. Now we walked into the kitchen. We turned on the light, and roach. And for me, I gotta act like not that I don't see him, but it's like it's getting logged. It's getting a mental notes. Like, yeah, I know that these people know that they got roaches. Like, it's not.
I mean, it's not house pets.
It's not a house pet. But my wife was like,
look, not me scratching it.
My wife was like, "Oh, they got roaches." Out loud. Oh, they got roaches. Man, come on up out of there. Now at this point, yes, it bothers me because I know what that means. The unfortunate part is I get the heebie-jeebies real easy. It don't take much.
You saw me, I was over here.
I was like, "Oh, I got the heebie-jeebies." Like, it's the heebie-jeebies. It get me. So I'm rubbing while I'm in there, but I'm also rubbing just to make sure ain't nothing crawling on me.
Nobody attaching on you.
Cause
go back to the crib.
But these people are the people that live there. They're there. And I'm like, hey, if y'all worried about these roaches, then we got to bounce y'all. Like, I cannot have y'all making comments about the roaches or what it smell like, because yes, mothballs they're strong. Like, it's nothing that can be hidden.
That cannot be disguised. And I would not even know how you can get that smell out of the house. Like,
I was like, oh, they got a candle lit, but it was probably a Dollar Tree candle more so than a Yankee candle.
That smell is doing that daggone house a disservice to that candle. The candle was putting in overtime. It was nothing.
But it was the roaches, and it wasn't just one that came out. Like, it was like the welcoming party. Like, they all came out. It was like,
what up, y'all?
Hey, she didn't tell me y'all was coming, man. I would have invited some more of my friends out. What's up, y'all? Shoot. Hey,
oh my God.
Y'all come on out. And I felt like more came. Like, hey, y'all come on out. There's people here. Yeah, it was a lot. But this is the thing, as an agent, I cannot react to it.
That would kill me. I'm not gonna hold you. I would have a shit fit. I would have had an entire shit fit.
What? Hey, chat room. What things give y'all the heebie-jeebies? Like, I don't even know why it's called heebie-jeebies. It's just been heebie-jeebies all my life, and when you say it, you hear it, you know what it means.
I mean, like, one, understandable. Two is like, okay, three, what the f going on?
Like, it doesn't take much. Like, if I smack an ant off of me, or if I smack a mosquito, then I feel like I got mosquitoes on me everywhere. Now, I'm not scared of bugs. I just feel like they own me. I gotta take a shower.
I don't know why I'm itching, y'all.
You got the heebie-jeebies.
Yo, it's just a thought process. I remember I went to this dude's house back when I was an undergrad, and he invited me over, and he said he was gonna cook, and I was like, all right, straight. I'm sitting in the living room. There was one, and when I went to the bathroom, I said, I know that's not that same one, because I was discreet about it, but I killed the first one. Second one, I was like, all right, come on, fam, what the hell? I was like, leave. I was like, yeah, I gotta go. I was like, I'm gonna have to go ahead. I said, you got too many friends for me.
You ain't gonna get none. You ain't gonna get none tonight. I can't take my clothes off because I don't want to take nothing back with me. Hey,
I did not put. And you start sitting like, oh
God. How small do you get when you see one? You be like, hold on. Woo. Woo.
Just like this is cool story, fam.
So
I don't know. I mean, I grew up rough. I ain't gonna hold you, but it's like as an adult, I just can't. Like, one will do it. One, I'm literally buying borax. I'm buying everything. One bug. That's it. All play about bugs, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's not, like, it's not normal. Like, I saw something the other day, and I meant to send it to you. This chick was laying in her bed, and her boyfriend put all these big ass, like, marsupial-sized bugs on her, and woke her up. Sis had died probably 4 times before she even got up off the bed. She was asleep. She was sleeping. He put them all in the bed with her.
Oh, I know she died a little bit.
She died 4 times. You watched it. God, I have to find it to send it to you. But it would have been at that moment, yeah, relationship over. I can't bugs.
Yeah, it is definitely a wrap.
But kudos to you for keeping it straight. Though, it would have been automatic. We ain't even got to see this. Yep, log out.
Yeah. Immediately, and like so. While I'm working, yeah, I can't react to them. If I'm visiting somebody and I'm sitting there and typically what ends up happening is that roach either goes up the wall or goes right across the TV. And so you just waiting on them to get up and kill it. But if they're not going to get up and kill it, you kind of looking at them like, you know, this ain't part of the movie, right? Like, ain't no roaches in Batman. Like, this is like part of the movie. You might see a rat, but you gotta kill this. Like, you gotta take some kind of accountability when you see.
Like, do you apologize? Did she have a conversation with them before they came out? Like, hey, don't y'all come out today. Don't stay where you at. Like, she could have did a bomb or something before y'all even came. Like, what?
Because it was scheduled like that. That was scheduled because we had to make sure that, you know,
someone was going to be in the residence because someone's living there.
She cleaned up. She cleaned up the living room. But that kitchen, though, I was like, oh, I can't go in too far. Like, all right, y'all turn these lights off. Turn these lights back off. Like, it has to be embarrassing. It was embarrassing for me because the pictures online is an empty place. Now, we know somebody living there because the remark says it has a tenant. But the pictures online has an empty place. So it's like, all right, we go in there. We know somebody stayed in there. But Yeah, I'd be in, if I knew somebody was coming over and I knew I had a pest problem, I'd be in kill mode. If I'm knowing like, hey, 9 o'clock, I'm like, pow, 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 pow. Like I'm getting them out. I gotta get them out, as many as I can.
Bro, that's my biggest fear of like purchasing. It's like, what is going on in here before I purchase this? Like, what was the history of the pests in this home per se? Like, that's rough. It's embarrassing for her, but then it's embarrassing for you. You're trying to keep your shit, and be professional. It's like,
and I done got little walking through the place like, oh, like when this, and so the inspectors are in there and they looking around and I'm knowing that they like, damn, damn, another one. Oh, okay. They outside brushing their clothes off. Like, hold on, cuz these clothes got to be taken off outside.
So unfortunate. I hate that even happened.
That's
still
outside. It has to be. Look, I tell you what, the girl. It doesn't. I ain't planning on talking about this, but since we're talking about roaches, it takes a lot to embarrass me. Like it takes a lot just because of what I do and what I've done. And my mom spent a big part of my childhood embarrassing us with the stories that she would tell and the embellishments that she would pass off on the phone to her friends. It took a lot. It took a lot to embarrass me. Like, I mean, it was like I got slapped at school, so it was one of those things where you get slapped at school, there ain't nothing else that can happen. Like, you can tell all the jokes you want. I'm not gonna be embarrassed. But I go to pick her up from school. Now I was driving my Altima, just because they some not so clean kids. Like they just do anything in my back seat. They mistreat my good car. And so I pick them up in the car that got 196,000 miles on it. That's what we had with it. You ain't got to worry about y'all. Y'all got your own doors. Y'all can get in. It's a 4-door. It's for family. It's for kids and the dogs. The girl, I've been in the car all day. I know it ain't dirty. I know I don't have food in there.
Mm-hmm.
Go to pick them up from school. She looks in the back seat before she gets in the car and yells out, "It's a red roach back there!" Loud. In the parking lot. Parents are looking at me and I'm like, there are no roaches in my car.
You got you in dirty situations. Stop it.
There are no roaches in my car. Get your ass in the car. I ain't getting in the car. There's a roach in there. And I'm like, this is embarrassing. Listen, if you don't get in the car, I'm going to leave you. And you'll walk. And at this point, like I'm still trying to be fairly diplomatic about this situation, but she has went way off the deep end.
And a rogue.
And if it was a reflection off a CD that she had stepped on the back where she got a pink book bag or she had some red on, like whatever. I know it's no bugs in my car because I don't keep it dirty. It's not dirty like that. It definitely ain't no roaches because I don't even eat in the car. She would not get in, and she was like, I ain't getting in there. I'm talking about it's just escalating. I was like, listen. I got in the car. I started up the car. I looked. I didn't see nothing. Like I said, his parents looking at me, and I'm like, if you don't get your black ass in this car, like I don't understand. I don't understand why you have a problem getting in the car when you got your family members in here. Like, you shouldn't be scared of your family members. Yes, I took that whole shot. So she was like, no, it's a roach. I was like, no, you're a roach. Get in the car. Like, stop playing. I'm not doing this. And then I felt bad. I apologize for saying that she was a roach, but I was mad.
I'm like, Lord, what? I'll never forget my sister referred to one of her friends as a roach. She's like, "Here's my roach." And I was like, "What? Who says that?"
I immediately felt like a horrible parent. Like I was like, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna apologize. I shouldn't have called you a roach out there in the parking lot.
Very picky.
You were wrong. I was like, you're clearly wrong.
However, comma.
You're
comma.
You're so wrong. You were wrong because you were just that wrong. And I was just like, you know what? All right, I apologize. I hope you accept my apology. But if you're taking too long to accept, I've done my part and I'll keep this shit moving. And she was like, "Oh, it's okay." I was like, "Oh yeah." I don't beg for forgiveness. I did what I said what I said. And keep it moving.
Yeah, typical kids there. Yes, I apologize. You're gonna take it. I mean, that's on you. I mean, I did my part. Time to go.
I apologize.
Pack it up. Pack it up, folks.
I was the bigger person in this situation. Speaking of the bigger person, I was sitting there and I was, I don't really keep up on too much celebrity gossip, but the Gail Meg The Stallion interview came across my feed, and
I didn't watch it.
And it was just that snippet where Gail asked if her and Tory Lanez had a intimate relationship, and she was like, "Huh?"
She looked off. Huh? What you said? Who said that?
I mean,
like, girl, yeah. You made the whole song.
Do we have sex?
Plan B.
We had sex. It was like
no.
And so I'm talking about it threw my whole thought process into a frenzy because I'm like, okay, either she did not know what intimate meant, but I'm thinking that she did. But if I was Gail, I would have had to ask that backup question, that follow-up question, like, yeah, intimate, like, did he get the WAP or no? Did he?
She repeated herself in the same way. It was kind of in that manner. That's the clip I did see. And Megan said they didn't. But it was the look away before she answered. I was like, girl, now this is not time to fake the funk. Because you clearly accepted this weird interview. Y'all are clearly dragging this out. Because I promise you, this situation happened in 2020. Nobody cares anymore. Y'all are doing this like for clout at this point to stay relevant when all you're doing is helping him out. And if you're trying to like douse somebody to make sure that they don't get to come up for air, that wasn't it. All you did was just create clickbait for him.
But he's not allowed to talk about it.
Right.
At all. But then she gets on there with the tears and talking about how he didn't. I was like, so what made her? And I'm asking this as a general question because there are ladies in here. Like, I put up there where y'all intimate. She didn't have sex, and then there was a whole bunch of comments on Facebook talking about how, oh, it wasn't good, or it didn't last long enough, or it didn't happen,
or she just didn't orgasm, so she doesn't count it.
So it don't count. That's what y'all do.
Yeah.
So for the gentlemen that are in the chat room, I was gonna ask some questions just to get some clarification on what actually counts. Like, is it hey, if an orgasm happens within 7 minutes, but then he finishes soon after and you still wanted some more, that technically, is it like a half? If he was done at that point, like, y'all have so many variables as far as what y'all want to count.
count as anything. I'm saying my thing is, some people just don't want to accept the bodies that they have. You know what I'm saying? Or that's like, I know some dudes who also don't count certain bodies. Like, she was ugly as hell. I'm like, but you still bagged her. Like,
yeah, those gotta count. It was like that would be like if a dude said, "Hey, it was after 3 a.m." Those don't count because those were last resorts. Like, it don't count if it's a last resort. Like, Old Faithfuls don't count. Like, we created, what up, Shark? Yeah, it don't count if it was after 3 a.m. It don't count if she's under a 4. Like, she was thick. I was like, I had to.
I had to, my guy. You know, I had to. She was thick as hell. What do you want me to do?
But then, like, those numbers, like, ladies be looking at like, all right, I mean, they count for dudes. But if a dude was like, no, I only smashed like 3 chicks in my life, but then
everybody's like double.
Well, what about, I know you hit her because you told me about her. You told me about Shalonda. You told me about Taronda. You told me about LaShonda. I was like, you told me about them, but you were just like, those was just something that happened. It was a one time.
Sis just don't want the world to know she was screwing that boy. Because I literally, the moment that song dropped with her from Roachella, Plan B, when she debuted it, the first thing I said was, and I posted, I said, I'm sorry, sis, that would have had to go to the grave. Nobody would ever know that I popped any Plan B's from that boy. Like, no. You had to my mom would be like, maybe she's talking about somebody else. She started off by saying, "He who must not be named." You already know what's going on. I was just like,
hey,
girl. And he got up on that interview and was like, "No, we've never had any relations." Okay, Bill Clinton, what is going on?
No, hold on now. Hold on. He said, if she's thinking, it don't count. If her name ends in the A, it don't count.
Well, cool, I don't count. But the rock out the box. What is going on? That's the rock?
No.
I thought she was taking the rock to the face. I was like,
yeah, it was one of them days, huh?
I was like, we may end it real quick.
If the name ends in the A, it don't count.
All I do is win,
Hey.
Look, then I'm a virgin.
Look, we got 4. See, but you know what?
See, Joe said to the grave. There's certain things you just gotta take with you, man. You can't even own that one. I don't even know why she came outside herself even. And then what makes it so bad is if this person holds no relevance, why the hell did you damn near make a whole album about him? You now have made another song about him. You've now done an interview. Girl, it's giving very much you were emotionally attached, and now you mad.
Yeah, but you know what? She got another dude now, so it's kind of hard to almost feel like, even though it was in the past, I almost feel like she was trying to protect Buddy, because now it's one of those things where you have no idea what that follow-up question is going to be like. Hey, did y'all have sex? Or were y'all intimate? And if she was like, yeah, and you must have had that fire to make him shoot at you now. Like, you had that fire. So it was some raw dogging that took place for him to shoot at you.
I feel like it was an accident. Regardless, I feel like this whole thing was an accident that turned left because somebody was drunk, and now it's just being blown out of proportion. Like, this is getting ridiculous. It's like, okay, we get it now. Like, come on. Let the story die. This shit is worse than Will Smith. Y'all carrying this thing on.
Look, look, that's what happened. Like, had she not cried, and had she not lied on that wolf, then I don't think it would even have been it wouldn't have been nothing extra. Like if she was just like, yeah, that was traumatizing. I didn't know he was gonna pull the strap, but then there was a whole bunch of stories that didn't match. And then it's like, you know what?
My sister said. My sister was, how was he standing up outside the car? But then he was out the window. I said, first of all, you're talking about a toddler. He was standing up on the car seat. I was like out the window.
Tell a story like them kids.
Down with Frazier.
Yeah, she tells stories like them kids. You like, no, that don't sound right. Let me stop you right there. Like that don't sound right.
I know her publicist was like, this is the worst thing we could have ever done.
let's rewind. But see, I feel like if a dude said, if it was Tory with the interview and it was like, hey, did you and what's the guy have sex? And they didn't. And he was like, yeah, I hit it. You know, I put it down.
That's when it's problematic.
Then they would be like, yo, you can't be lying on your meat, fam.
I just feel like she should just if you let him clap the cheeks, just say that. You already made a song about him. How you pop Plan B? Like it's not adding up.
So look,
clap them cheeks.
I was right. It was some raw dogging that took place.
It has to be, because like not you making it. Get out.
You cannot. Look, most people don't develop those type of feelings with rubbers on. Just go ahead and put that on out there. Like rubbers.
I beg to differ.
I say most. I say most. So it's a percentage.
Definitely.
It's a percentage. Like after you've been around the block a time or two.
Oh, I almost lost my life, man, behind one buddy's shit. Tell you, nah, it's possible.
Yeah, probably. Hey, I'm not gonna speak on that person. I don't know who be popping up in these chat rooms, and I ain't trying to have to answer no questions about what I said.
You are not Gail, and I definitely ain't Megan. We already know. I'm gonna keep it a stack in the book, babe. I'm gonna keep it a stack in the book.
I was like,
the dollar menu.
Some of them joints, sometimes it be the best that they can ever have, or best that they've ever had in that moment. I be like, hey, you know,
sorry to that man.
For those folks that hadn't experienced life in that way, then it's like, you know, you come across somebody that got a little bit more experience than what you're used to. It's like, oh God, hey, I'm getting ready to test something up. Like I just saw a video. I saw a video today. It was this lady walking around that busted the windows that was busted on the SUV. And she was like, I'm glad that I just got some mid-grade coochie. I ain't want no high octane or premium coochie because that'll get your windows busted. But she was like, I got some mid.
So many people send me that video. It does not make sense. Now they're just like, are you trying to say something, or you just thought it was funny?
It depends on where it came from, though.
Now, some of it was from like my homegirls, but the ones that were from dudes, I was just like,
all right, let me ask, would they know? would they know?
The ones that sent it, yeah, that's why I was like, are you trying to tell me something? Are you planning on busting out of my windows? Like,
hey, you better
park. Why you were acting weird?
Yeah, park your car somewhere else.
Man, look, thank God I got a new vehicle. I tell you that my Audi has seen some days. My Jetta, man, oh my God. I had to show you a spark plug in my shit while I was in traffic. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh gosh. So it wasn't because of the cooking, huh? One because of the bacon skills.
Funny.
Hey, look. So speaking of cooking, like I cooked yesterday. I cooked yesterday, and I made my world famous chicken spaghetti. Right.
Okay.
I've
I
made
thought it was
chicken
something else.
spaghetti all over the U.S. All over the U.S. Fine. Never got a horrible review on it.
And the boy said, I feel like it was.
And your boy, like, I'm in another room.
I knew it.
I'm in another room, and he's like, "This nasty. I don't like it." And all the thoughts that went through my head. Listen, when I tell you I was so, because he asked me if he could help me make it. And I was like, no, not this time. Not this time.
That's why he said it was nasty.
And
He didn't get the help.
no, I ain't, cause he don't always listen. That's why we have problems. And so I'm sitting in the other room. And I'm like, I know he didn't. No, no, you didn't. I went straight into Denzel mode, like, but it was, so one reason why I feel like he said he didn't like it is because there was other food here. Like there was some Chinese food that we had from the day before, and he wanted that yesterday so that he could. So no, I cooked. You had that for lunch. And so I was just like, listen, do you bologna ramen hot taki chilling eating like I was so mad. You potted meat spam eating little boy, like you have got to be kidding me. You eat raw hot dogs. Like, what are you talking about?
You denied my guy the opportunity of being chef boy or homeboy in the kitchen. And he mad. He was like, it's nasty. I don't care.
Look, I was like, well, you don't eat. When I tell you I was so mad. Like, he made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which, whatever. But when I came back, when I went outside, and I came back in, and I was just like, because I had to get my whole thoughts about myself, because I've had times in which I've had times in which some of the other kids, when my wife made something, they were like, "Ugh, I don't like this," and I didn't know what that was like. I didn't know what that was like to have somebody say something about some food that you had put some time into. And like I said, I've made this for a bunch of people, strangers, and so it wasn't like it was one of those things where it was just for people that love me.
I'm gonna make it today.
Like, and so he said, I was just like, listen, come here. Let me school you on something, because where our childhoods were different, what my mom made, we ate.
Is what you ate.
It wasn't nothing else on the menu. Like, it was either that or that. You wasn't not eating. Like, I got a responsibility to feed you, clothe you, send you to school, keep a roof over your head. I don't have a menu. I'm not here to take your order. I don't know who you think you are, but right now you are one of those kids that don't have very many privileges because you can't even tell the truth. I was like, you was probably lying about not liking the food. It's your half a bite.
Did he eat it?
He ate it today.
Okay.
He ate it today with no issues.
Yeah, because he saw how you reacted.
With no issues.
I'd eat it too.
And then he gonna ask the girl, is it good? It's bussin'. It's bussin'.
Yeah, little lingo takes me out all the time.
I hate both of y'all. Like, I hate both of y'all. Y'all both get on my nerves. I cannot wait till y'all parents get yourselves together so that I can show y'all the door. Like, you've got to be kidding me. Have you ever gotten a bad review on anything that you made outside of your baking? What?
One time I had made it was pork chops or something, and it's still a running joke with my boyfriend in it. I'd be ready to like every time to smack him. How he introduced me to his mother, he was like, "This is the one I told you that burned the pork chop."
So you actually burned it?
I did not burn them. It was just brown sugar on them, and the brown sugar caramelized. And I was just like, "Sir, I still have the photo, and I will show you this photo. I will put the photo in my daggone story so everybody can see it. It wasn't burned." And I was just like, why would you introduce me like that? Now your mom's gonna think I can't cook. Like, why would you say something like that? He's like, I was just joking. No, you still keep with the same joke. Stop. First woman think I can't cook. And she was like, it's okay, honey, I'll teach you how to cook. I was like, bruh, why did you tell your mom that?
You know.
Like, and definitely knowing is the girl who can't cook ever.
You know she told somebody else. That's the problem. Like she told somebody else.
Yeah, I met his little girlfriend today. That's probably why things ain't gonna work out because she can't cook. Like, I already know how moms can be. I was ready to punch him. I was like, why did you tell her that? I was like, oh my God.
These new ones, I swear, they don't know how to do nothing but come around with got their chest all out.
Man, got no damn clothes on. And that's all they know how to do is just Instagram and poke their little butts out. And
be naked and make tactics. Like, she was bad. Like, all they know how to do is do book face and tactics and grams us and do all this other stuff, but they can't cook worth a damn. They cook worth a damn. Snap gram.
But want to be somebody white. I can only imagine what she told her friend.
Yeah, she said you fried hard Cajun. When Julian said,
I was just like, why did you tell her that? I was like, bro, I made Hawaiian style pork chop. Literally, I was just like, why did you tell her that? He was like, I'm just joking. No, man, you don't tell your mama nothing like that, crazy boy.
Have you made it again?
Yeah, I ended up making it again like years later, and
look, you almost would have had to like listen. I'm gonna cook for y'all. She probably wouldn't have let you
in front of you.
Like,
oh yeah, oh no, absolutely.
She'd be like, no, that's okay, sis. I let somebody who know what they doing in the kitchen. Can you bake?
Because the first thing, oh my God, and that would have never heard the end of it. Because I'll never forget, she was like, well, I'm going to make his favorite, which is my chicken. I could teach you. And I was just like,
shit.
Kill you. Like, I was so mad at him. I was like, bro, why did you tell her that? That was like back in 2008. 2008. I want to say 2008, 2007. And he still brings that up.
True. You want to know what's funny? I feel like the pretty baker knows when we talk about food, because she pops in whenever we start talking about food. She pops in. So if you ever need some lessons on how to properly caramelize that pork chop, I was like, she might know what to do.
That was so sexy. I was just like, yo. And for anybody knows me, I'm pescatarian now. So I've been pescatarian for the last 5 years. And I can still cook other things. I just won't be able to try them. But everything I still cook, I still know how to do it like it's normal, like it's the back of my hand. But I was ready to pop him, bro. Like,
what's the go-to pescatarian dish?
For me, everybody sends me salmon every day. I'm like, yo, that is the fattiest fish. That's what people don't realize. They're like, oh, I'm eating healthy. I'm like, no, you're eating basically wings. Salmon is really fatty. But my go-to literally would have salmon in the damn sink right now, defrosting, because I didn't listen to myself earlier. Like when your mom used to call you and be like, hey, take the meat out the freezer. But yeah, my go-to would be that with probably like a broccoli pasta or something to go with it.
Okay. That's what, like, if you was like, yo, I'm about to show this dude how I get down in the kitchen.
Oh man, nah, I get down. He knows this. And that's why I was like, why did you tell your mother that? Because now that's how she remembered me, and that was so many years ago. And I'm like,
oh yeah, that's gonna happen.
How's Nikki doing?
How's that no cooking Nikki doing?
The one that burned the pork chops. Like,
that's gonna be in her obituary. my son and his pork chop burning friend survived by my son and his pork chop burning friend.
How was she taken out by the burned pork chop? Like, what the?
Didn't know how to caramelize. That's a skill that she didn't quite have.
Now, if I get a pet, I'm gonna name the pet pork chop. Because I'm a cremate him.
You know what? Shame on you. Shame on you. Well, look, I tell you this. Before we get out of here, because to blow off some steam, I had to go outside, and I was my riding lawnmower had been broken down for about 6 months. Couldn't figure out what it was, but I kind of figured out. Yeah, I got like 3 acres that I was cutting with a push lawnmower. I had all the steps.
That's like the equivalent of sweeping carpet. I don't know why I
I had 1 million steps. 1 million steps on my little watch.
That's what I do. I sweep the carpet. It'd be like, all right, rain clothes. I'm like, twice? Thanks.
I'm out here crushing it in these streets. But I finally figured out how to fix it. I finally figured out what was wrong and how to fix my tractor. Now it wasn't YouTube videos on it.
I'm not that.
But all the YouTube videos were showing other stuff that I was not looking for. Like I was looking for. I knew how to fix the belt that I could see that was on the deck, but the other belt, there's no videos on. I didn't even know another belt existed until I actually got up under it and did what I needed to do. But after I was just like, I was so hell bent. What up, Kendall? I was so hell bent on not paying somebody. Like I was just not gonna pay somebody to fix this damn tractor.
Self-determination.
Because
determination.
I knew they were going to charge me $1,000. I knew they were going to charge me $1,000. At least $600 at the minimum.
That's how I was about my Audi. I was literally fixing stuff on my Audi myself. Nope.
Listen, I was no longer mad about the chicken spaghetti after I fixed it, drove it up the driveway and drove it back. I was like, oh, boy, Jason, I didn't know you could fix tractors too. Oh, well, you cold. Oh, you cold. And then it got me to thinking about all the stuff that I stopped paying people for because I felt like I could do it. Like I'm like, so when I decided, like back in 2003, when I was thinking about pledging, I was trying to figure out how I could save money because there was no way that I could ask my mom for that amount of money in order to become.
What do you need it for?
Well, yeah, because she's going to ask.
Discretion.
$900.
To a black mother.
$900 for what? To be in a group? Can I be in it too? Is it a 2 for? Get to it? No, ma.
It was me being sick and having to tell my mom why I'm in the hospital.
Oh,
I'm explaining this to her.
Oh gosh. And so I went to the barber shop, and I used to line up. I would line this up, but I would have the barber cut my hair. And he was like, "Man, who do your beard?" I was like, "Well, I do my beard." He was like, "Well, if you can do your beard, you probably can do your head. You just gotta be careful and go slow."
How long ago was this day?
This is in 2003. Well, you shouldn't have told me that. I have not been to a barber since. I have not been to a barber since.
We can see. No, from your last visit.
You tried. You tried. But no, man, like I'm talking about I didn't go bald for good until after I got back from South Korea, which was 2011. And so
my homeboy just did it. It was like a grave site.
No,
and then the kids at the school touching his head today. So it's so shiny. Kids will out you.
You gotta do it before it get too late. You gotta do it before it get too late. Like because if you don't do it before, then you're gonna be holding on. You're gonna be holding on. You're gonna have a whole cul-de-sac, and you're gonna be trying to
have a whole discussion about that. That needs to be on the episode.
Yeah, and so you can't. You gotta come on home. And so I already knew what my head was gonna look like. I already knew what my head was gonna look like by the time it was actually time. Like I wasn't gonna. It wasn't no Bosley. It wasn't. I was like, you know what? Me and Pops, we kind of favor. You know what? He still, get it. He still get them looks and get that attention as a ball band. Shoot, say less, fam. Take it on. I take it on off. But
I take it out. I take it on off.
I try not to pay anybody for anything that I can do. Like I don't.
I mean, at least you try before you pay someone. These new age men, they don't try. They just pay someone.
Mm-hmm. I argue with my grandfather. I never forget. I argued with my grandfather when I was probably about 18 years old. I was like, I'm gonna pay somebody to do all this stuff. He was like, son, you're gonna realize that it's expensive to pay somebody to do all this stuff that I'm telling you that you can do. And he was doing it. He was fixing stuff before YouTube, so he wasn't YouTubing nothing. He just knew how to do it. And so I was like, man, he'll be proud of me for this tractor. I know he'll be proud of me for this tractor. But outside of like a minor vehicle repairs, like he'll probably be mad that I take my car in to get the oil changed. Like I'm not gonna have to get up under there. But like if I need a headlight changed, tail light changed,
count me in.
Oh, I got that. I can do. Oh, what'd you say, baby? They trying to charge you to do what? $75 for some transmission fluid. Hold on, I go do that. $35 for some windshield wipers. Oh, I got you. Say less. I got you. You know what I'm saying?
But congratulations, Jay. You fixed the tractor. Everybody give a round of applause to Jay.
You can tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing. Now, the one thing I wish I could pay for more often, childcare.
What?
Save me. Childcare. Who want to come watch these kids? We need some date nights.
Hey, no lie. Kids about to get out for the summer. They gonna need some extra money.
Look, these kids are some haters. They don't like me, but they don't want me to leave. They don't want me to leave. They don't want me and my wife to go out. They be like, so y'all really gotta go out on a date? Yes. Can we come? No. Absolutely not. Like, why would we do this? This is counterproductive to what we're trying to do. We're trying to get away from y'all.
But listen, that just means that they actually love you. If they don't do anything like that, kids be like, I don't care. That means you're not adding any value to their life.
They got a weird way of showing it.
They do. They're like cupcakes that have been left out too long. That's all. Hard on the outside, soft on the inside for Mr. J.
First of all, what we do with cupcakes has been left out too long. Throw them right in the trash.
Throw them away.
No, you can't throw them away. You can't even look. You put them in the microwave. Hope they get soft again.
That was just to make them harder.
You can't put it on 30. You gotta put it on like 10. Like you put it on 30, it's gonna make it hard.
Barely.
You're gonna melt the icing off.
They barely get out.
But Hey, shout out before we go. Shout out to all the new members of the NFL. For everybody got drafted. We did not have any of those Russell Wilson moments. Like I don't know why that picture of him and the girl kept coming up.
It's the girl sitting in his lap. Get up.
We didn't have any CD Lamb moments when the girl tried to grab at the phone and he was like, let me get that. I was like, man, shout out to all the lives that's about to be changed. And I hope that these young men, get to the league and make the best out of these situations, because everybody don't have those opportunities. But
speaking of signing,
do it.
I just want to say shout out to my baby sister Sydney, who just declared that she will be attending Alabama A&M for the fall semester. She is now a bulldog, y'all. So we have a legacy in the family. Shout out to her and all of her friends who literally declared their universities today, as well as colleges. They had a college signing day at the school today.
That is what's up.
Shout out to her.
Is she did she get a scholarship for track, or cause I saw the picture?
Fingers are definitely crossed for this situation, because not only are we waiting for that portion, and I kind of slid into ANU's little track DMs, she will be going to sectionals this weekend to definitely go ahead and defend her title, because Good Sis set a record for Martin Luther King High School of DeKalb County for discus. She threw 114.6 feet. And that's outthrowing any of the men at the school.
That's what I'm talking about.
Shout out to my little sister for making records. She's making records, breaking records, and declaring school.
Yeah, shout out to that.
Shout out to my baby sister. So proud.
Shout out to that high level excellence that we got going on there. That's what I'm talking about. I'm here for
Y'all
it.
Keep her in prayer for this Saturday. Big prayer.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, go ahead and plug before we get on about this thing.
All right, y'all. You already know what time it is. Make sure you follow your girl on all platforms. That's TRU627. It's your girl, Nikki. You already know. Make sure you're also following my business page. That's Just Bead It 627. You can also do your purchases through www.justbeadit627.com.
Hey.
And I might even do a little promo for bringing back $2 Tuesdays, because my good sis did sign declare with A&M.
That's what I'm talking about. And good people.
HBCU.
Y'all go ahead and follow me at the 17 Print Shop. I got this shirt right here. I like my selective hearing. What you say? It's backwards on Instagram, but everybody on Facebook can see it. Yeah. At THE710 PRINTSHOP. Also, I'm making some upgrades to the website, but that is www.the17printshop.com. Also, if you are looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, go ahead and holler at your boy at J.H. Brown, the Realtor. I will make sure that you get taken care of. If you are not in the Atlanta or Georgia area, still holler at me. Might have a plug for you wherever you are. If you're thinking about relocating here, holler at your boy. You hear full white glove service. I don't even know why they call it white glove, but you're gonna get my glove service. I'm gonna change my Instagram. I'm gonna change my name to J.H. Brown, the real estate bodyguard. I am protecting all your real estate interests. Yo, holla at your boy. And before we get out of here, guys, if you hadn't already subscribed to our podcast anywhere that you listen to your podcast, whether it's iHeartRadio, whether it's Apple, Spotify, go ahead and subscribe. If you can rate us 5 stars, we greatly appreciate it. And until next time, good people, y'all be safe out in these streets. If you see a roach, Tell that person kill that thing so that you don't have them heebie-jeebies. Until next time, man, we out.
We out. Let's go, dogs.
Heebie-jeebies.